offer for this amazing event coming up. NBC Palm Springs starts right now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Messer. We start tonight with tense moments in Thousand Palms after a fire breaks out. That's tonight's top story. Flames threatening a nearby animal shelter, but staff and volunteers jumped into action to save dozens of animals. Brett Rosen is live where this all went down in Thousand Palms tonight, and he joins us with the very latest. Brett?
Mark, I'm outside the Animal Samaritan's shelter here in Thousand Palms, where earlier this morning there was a structure fire that was here behind the animal shelter. Now, I spoke with officials from Animal Samaritans, and what they told me is that they had to act fast to try to get the animals evacuated as safely as possible. Take a look.
It was very scary, very intense. A lot of our staff are needing to take a few minutes to just catch their breath and recognize what happened.
The fire broke out just after 9:30 a.m. at Ramon and Barner in Thousand Palms. Employees of Animal Samaritans were able to evacuate about 36 dogs and cats from the building. CEO Tom Snyder says it was a team effort to make sure all the animals and staff were safely out of the building.
We had a lot of our admin staff over there. Of course, we had our shelter staff, and we had a couple of volunteers helping with the cat carriers and some of the smaller dogs and the carriers as well. And so it was happened pretty fast. Within 20 minutes, we were able to get the animals out.
The blaze was contained within an hour. Forsyth County Cal Fire Chief John Kleensmith Jr. says the biggest challenge with this fire was the high winds.
That wind does push, can push into other structures, other vehicles that are nearby, what we call exposures. There was a small spot of vegetation on the property, I believe, that was caught on with some of the embers also. So that's always a concern for us, is all of our exposures to both people and property.
Anything can happen. Snyder says they already had a plan in place for an event that required a hasty exit.
Part of the plan is that transport van I mentioned, and having it ready to go, and having the kennels ready, having the cat carriers in place. And fortunately, we had that. And fortunately, the fire didn't happen after hours. And we had everybody on site, and they were able to, jump to action right away.
The hope is to have the animals back in the shelter as soon as possible.
So we're hoping that we're able to have all of our shelter pets that are here at the clinic back into the shelter tomorrow. We're able to fix or even board up some of those broken windows, make sure our AC units are working, and that it's going to be cool and safe for the animals.
Now, as of now, there are no updates on what was the cause of the fire earlier this morning. And as for Animal Samaritans in the shelter here, they're closed for now, but their latest social media post that they posted on Instagram earlier today said that the hope is that they will be open by this coming Thursday. For NBC Palm Springs, I'm Brett Rosen, sending it back to you guys in studio.
Thank you for that update tonight, Brett. As we take a live look outside from our Agua Caliente casino camera, you saw the wind blowing there in Thousand Palms, a little breezy as well in Palm Springs. That's been the storyline for much of the day, as well as the dust in the air. But before we talk more about that local forecast, Disneyland Resort is celebrating 70 years this year, and we're bringing you coverage of all the festivities from the happiest place on earth throughout this week.
Our Chloe Carlson is at the theme park with more on the fun, and also has the latest on our local forecast. Hey, Chloe.
Well, hey, and Mark, we are here inside the media room talking about all the incredible food that they have for the 70th anniversary. So here to tell us more is Eduardo. You are a chef here at Disney, and I am blown away looking at this table. Eduardo, please give the people at home a synopsis of everything that they can see for the 70th anniversary.
Absolutely. So definitely when you come down to celebrate with us, you want to start your day off right with our Mickey Celebration waffles. As soon as those land in front of you, you know it's going to be a great day. We're starting the celebration off right with Mickey. And then it's warming up. So long summer days, make sure you stop by and get a Miss Daisy lemonade. Blue lemonade with blue raspberry gummies. And then our 70th celebration churro back here is not a day at Disneyland Resort without a celebration churro. It's going to be topped with our ube sugar and raspberry icing drizzle. And then my favorite is going to be the peach cobbler funnel cake fries. That warm, fluffy fried dough with the peaches and cold ice cream on top. Perfect way to start or end your meal.
Eduardo, I think you cannot go wrong for the 70th anniversary. I am so excited for Tiani and I to taste testing all of this. Again, you can check this out for the 70th anniversary. Before we go, let's take a look at that Comfort Air 3-day forecast. Again, gusty winds continuing for our Tuesday, but we will be weakening with those winds as we get to later this week. We're going to stay right around seasonal for this entire week, and then cooling down for the weekend. We'll break down more in that full forecast. I think I'm going to try some of this food. I'll send it back to Olivia and Mark in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Chloe. Well, there's an upcoming Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas, plus the Coachella Valley's first Bitcoin crypto summit and town hall arrives in June. Crypto Fitz joined us in studio with more about both of these events.
The space is bubbling. It's incredible what's going on, the excitement, the anticipation for the big Bitcoin conference coming up in Vegas in a couple of weeks, end of the month. We're going to be covering that, by the way, Tuesday, Wednesday night, and Thursday. We're going to be boots on the ground, Crypto Fitz eyes in Vegas, and some influencers and some surprise people from the space that we're going to get to talk to and get some daily reports from up there. So I'm excited about that. 30,000 attendees for that deal. June 5, it's the Coachella Valley's first Bitcoin crypto summit and town hall. Cal State University San Bernardino, our beautiful Cook Street campus in Palm Desert. I'm excited about some guests that we're going to have. It's going to be the first time we get the community, those who are in the space, who know about it, bringing in some influencers. I have some invitations out to some VIPs who are going to be at the Vegas Bitcoin conference the week before. So we're hoping they can make their way down to the desert here for a couple of days.
All right, so we'll have a daily report from the Las Vegas conference from Crypto Fitz and more details about that Coachella Valley Bitcoin Summit coming in the next few weeks.
All right, coming up next tonight, right after this break, our Mary Strong sitting down with Riverside County Department of Animal Services Director Mary Martin. That interview, that's right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Today, Riverside County Animal Services Director Mary Martin sat down for a highly anticipated one-on-one interview. Her goal to be transparent about shelter operations.
Our Mary Strong has been reporting on allegations and a lawsuit against county shelters, which has one of the highest fill rates across the country. Today was her first chance to speak to Martin directly about the shelter's past and its future.
It's been a long journey. A little over a year ago, I launched an investigation into Riverside County Animal Services after hearing serious claims that animals weren't being properly cared for, records were being mishandled, and that thousands of healthy adoptable pets were being euthanized at an alarming rate. At the time, both the department and then Director Aaron Geddes denied those allegations. But everything changed when a group of animal advocates filed a lawsuit. Not long after, the county let go of its animal services director and began the search for someone new to lead the department. And now they have found that new leader. Her name is Mary Martin, and I've been trying to sit down with her for an unrestricted interview for months now. I sent multiple emails, each one a reminder of the county's promise to be transparent with the public. And today, I finally got that interview. And I have to say, she was honest, direct, and surprisingly open. And that in itself feels like a step in the right direction. After months of searching for a new director, Riverside County finally landed on Mary Martin. She came recommended by Gary Weitzman, the head of the San Diego Humane Society, and has a history of improving outcomes, both in Maricopa County, Arizona, and Dallas, Texas. Maricopa County was at a 96% save rate for dogs and cats. 90% or above is considered no kill. She's hoping to do the same for Riverside County.
I feel very fortunate that I've had this opportunity to spend the last 6 to 8 weeks just talking to the community, talking to our staff, talking to the community, stakeholders, advocates, all of the people who care about animal welfare in our community, and continue to do that probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
After her assessment, she wants to create a plan, but first she needs more staff. She created dozens of new positions she hopes to fill in the next couple of months.
We know we need more people to grow our programming like foster, adoption, rescue. All of those programs need to grow. Our pet support team must grow so that we have people that are dedicated to help keeping animals in their homes.
Martin has some support in her new role. The county hired shelter consultant Kristen Hassan 8 months ago to provide a strategic plan to increase live outcomes and boost their operational efficiency. The contract is worth $2.5 million, but is subject to a lawsuit by animal advocates against Riverside County as a waste of taxpayer money. Her plan is almost identical to a plan that was presented to Riverside County for free back in 2015 by a coalition called No Kill Coachella Valley. I asked Martin if the recommendations are standard and if she feels the consulting contract is necessary.
We all know that the things that are listed are all things that we all knew, but what I think makes Kristen's team maybe different is that they are boots on the ground helping us achieve it. So they're not just saying, here's the list, go do these things. They're helping us get there. And that's, I did that so that, again, I'm going to look at it and assess, do I agree with all the things? But right now it feels very good. Whether it's worth 2.5 million or not, I can't speak to that.
I was also curious about her take on, though, at the center of the lawsuit against the county. The county says they don't have to follow the Hayden Act because it's an unfunded mandate. But the judge in March sided with animal advocates, saying the county must treat the animals in its care and keep accurate records.
I certainly think we should keep good records. I think we should treat animals, because it's an ongoing lawsuit, I can't really speak to the lawsuit itself, but those pieces of it, of course.
I also asked Martin how she thinks she can change the culture in a department that's been accused of nepotism and complacency. Is it going to be easy for you to manage a staff that's already been here for a very long time? They do things their way. Can you come in and implement the way you do things? Is that possible?
That's my job. Yes, that's my job. And sometimes it's hard, but I will say what I'm getting from this team now, and I think if we're having good conversations, is that they want things to be better for the animals, for themselves, for the county, for the citizens. They really do. And so I think people are very much open to new ideas. There will always be some. And we will have to deal with that. But in the end, the community wants us to improve our life saving, full stop. And so either get on board, get both oars in the boat, or you're going to have to get off, because that is where we're going.
Tomorrow, I will have part 2 of my interview with Mary Martin. She gives her take on how long it will take the Coachella Valley to achieve no-kill status and how she plans to repair the relationship with the community. Also coming up at 6:30 on the Rogan Report, I'll sit down with Fred for a candid conversation about my interview with Mary Martin and some of the other things I learned that weren't in my report tonight. That full unedited conversation will be on our website on NBCPalmSprings.com at 7. I'm Mary Strong for NBC Palm Springs. Back to you.
All right, Mary, thank you for that. Giving you a live look tonight from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. After the break, we'll check in with Chloe Carlson, who is at Disneyland celebrating their 70th anniversary. She's also got to look at the forecast. That's when we come back. We are giving you a live look tonight from our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera in Rancho Mirage. We're going to send things over to Chloe Carlson as not only the latest on our forecast tonight, but a big celebration that's happening at Disneyland in Anaheim.
Well, hey, Mark and Olivia, I have been having so much fun getting to check out this media room. Again, of course, you can see I've added to my outfit today. These headbands that are special to the 70th anniversary. You can see who I have on here. We got Goofy, Minnie, and Mickey. This is, like I said, special for the 70th anniversary. You can decorate it however you want inside the park with different characters. So here to tell us more is Ari. Tell us a little bit about decorating these headbands.
Yes, so you get to build your own headband. And these here are our 3 special 70th anniversary characters. But in the park, you do have the option of purchasing different characters from different movies. So every time you come to the park, you get to basically build your own experience and have a different headband.
I love it. It's so cute. We've been seeing people walking around with these today. They are so special to this event. Talk about your excitement just seeing it be a part of the 70th anniversary.
Honestly, it's a magical experience. It's awesome. You get to feel the magic. You are very immersed as you've experienced yourself. So it's really, really exciting. I'm definitely excited for Paint the Night. It's honestly one of the first parades that I was able to experience as a child. So being able to experience it back for the 70th anniversary is just amazing.
I have to ask you, 3 characters you decorate your headband with. Each pick.
So I love Nightmare Before Christmas. So Jack and Sally are definitely on there, and then the boss himself, Mickey.
I love it. There you go. Well, come into Disneyland. You can decorate your own handband with your favorite characters. Before we go, let's take a look at that Company 7-day forecast. Again, we are out the triple digits, at least for now. So enjoy those 90s that we are seeing right now on the Coachella Valley floor and those lighter winds as we get into later this week. We are going to be taking a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Oh, welcome back. Season 3 of the Coachella Valley Firebirds officially in the book. A season of uncertainty and new faces has come and gone. Now, after 2 straight years of a lot of success and a whole lot of winning, back-to-back trips to the Calder Cup Finals to be exact, the bar was set extremely high for a brand new organization in the American Hockey League. After a few days to reflect on Season 3, it was a pretty solid third chapter in the franchise's young history when you take a step back and look at it. Now, a new head coach, nearly a dozen rookies, one being the goalie, a captain sidelined for most of the season, and a ton of movement back and forth from Seattle with the parent team struggling much of the season with injuries. Now, head coach Derek Laxdal, proud of his group, and you know what, fans? You should be too.
Overall, my experience with a young team like we had this year, I know our staff are really happy with the way we finished. It was tough to go out in that best-of-5 series against Abbotsford, but I think that Coachella Valley should be very proud of their team. I know the players love playing in front of the fans here. We just did our exit interviews, and the guys just said, it's one of the best places to play in the American Hockey League. The way they're treated by the organization, the way they're treated by the fans and the people of the valley. So that answers the second part of your question. But it truly is a special place to play. And obviously for the young draft picks coming forward, their goal is to get out of the valley and get to Seattle. We have to understand that.
Well, for veterans like John Hayden, who's unsure if he's played his last game here in the Coachella Valley, he loved every bit of the culture that was built here.
I think it's been a phenomenal start to this organization. There's a culture and a standard now. A lot for the guys to be proud of. Of course, this year, every year we fell short of where we ultimately wanted to get. But I think it's just overall from younger guys developing to us being embraced by the community here, and a lot more wins and losses. It's been pretty good.
Hayden about as reliable and a big-time gamer as it comes in the league. Now, later this week on Thursday, Agua Caliente Casino and Rancho Mirage will kick off National Pickleball Month with an exhibition match between the Coachella Valley Scorpions and the Seattle Tsunami. That'll take place at the show in Rancho Mirage. Doors open at 4 p.m. with the event beginning at 5. We'll be hosting. Looking forward to pumping up the crowd, giving away some T-shirts and other things there inside the room. We're going to be pumped up for sure. VIP tickets sold out, but general admission tickets still very much available. You can visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Now, general admission tickets just $10. From what I've heard today, there's about 350 tickets already sold, so we're going to keep pushing it. Hope you can come on out. Just $10 and watch some professional pickleball right here in the Valley. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Nonas is the #1 movie on Netflix right now.
Our Man of the Movie Guy speaking to some of the stars of the film, namely Brenda Vaccaro, Susan Sarandon, and Lorraine Bracco. Have a look.
No matter how old you are, there's nothing worse than losing your mom.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
A big congrats on Nonas. It's funny and sweet, and it speaks volumes on food and love and family. Yep. I love it.
Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you watched it.
I'm going through my mom and Nona's recipes, and then I realized food is love.
I'm always looking for something, that has other women, because you just don't get a chance. And I hadn't ever met Talia.
Yeah.
Although I was a fan.
Yeah.
And Brenda, I think maybe in our past, like ships passing on that. Lorraine, I know, is a friend. And I just thought this is perfect. This would be really a hoot.
So I want to open an Italian restaurant. What are you, crazy? Who are you going to get to come down and cook? Nona's. Other real-life Italian grandmothers.
She stayed very steady with her tradition in making her goat's head that everybody loved, especially Talia loved it. Being a vegetarian, she was revolted.
Dear God, save us. Oh, that's what smells. I have something with me.
I think it's interesting the three of us being together. I like that part when I read it. I thought, yeah.
Well, I think
sometimes the only time Italian women get together is to play bridge. And so it's interesting to see the friendship that develops here. And I loved that so much when I read it. And that's charming. And it is. Everybody for a reason gets together.
I became a little wispy in that scene at the dining table when you guys are all drinking. Because all the characters came up. I'm like, oh, I love that.
But the salon in the salon?
Yes, yeah.
I spit on Bologna. Is that so? Well, spit on Sicily, okay?
Bologna or Sicily, which is better?
Sicily.
A bottle of white. We're strong women with Italian blood in our souls.
What kind of mood you're in tonight?
So sorry, guys, I'm running out of time, but a big congrats. Once again, I'm going to end you with my favorite scene about living your lives very well.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Great question. Great question.
You using Catholic guilt on me?
I learned it from the best.
Right on. A bottle of red, a bottle of white.